Good afternoon, my dear students of Standard 9. Welcome back to your chemistry class. Dear students, today in this class, we will learn about electronic configuration. We know that electrons are arranged in different energy level or orbit according to their electron holding capacity. In junior classes, we learned about this. That time, we got idea about only orbit. But in this class, today we will learn the electronic configuration in different way. In junior class, we didn't get any idea about orbital. But today in this class, we will get idea about orbital. And we will do the electronic configuration by using different orbitals. That means in this class we will learn the electronic configuration in different way, that is the arrangement of the electrons in different orbitals is called electronic configuration or electron distribution in an atom. So to do this electronic configuration, at first we have to know about orbital. We know what is orbit. Orbit is the circular energy shell around the nucleus where the electrons are moving is called principal energy shell or orbit. And the energy of these orbits are this, that the energy of K shell is the lowest, then L shell, then M shell, then N shell, O shell, in this way. This is the sequence of their energy. And the maximum number of electrons which can rotate in each particular orbit is calculated by 2n square formula. That means the electron holding capacity of different orbit is calculated by 2n square formula. And that is for K shell, when the value of n is 1, then the maximum electron holding capacity of this shell is 2 into 1 square, that is 2. In this way, L shell, that means second shell, where n is 2, the maximum electron holding capacity of this shell is 8. M shell has maximum electron holding capacity 18 electrons. N shell can hold 32 electrons. O shell can hold 50 electrons. In this way, the electrons can be present on different shell. Now, from there, we can do the electronic configuration of different atoms in this way that we had learned in our junior classes. In first shell, the maximum electron holding capacity is 2. So when the 6 electrons of carbon is configured in different orbits, then its electronic configuration will be 2, 4. That means 2 electrons in first shell and the rest 4 electrons will go to the second shell. Magnesium, in first orbit there are 2 electrons, and in second orbit it can hold 8 electrons, and the rest 2 electrons will go to third orbit, 2, 8, 2. In this way, from hydrogen to argon, we can do the electronic configuration. 2, 4, 2, 8, 2, chlorine 2, 8, 7, argon 2, 8, 8. But problem arises while doing the electronic configuration of the atoms after argon or having atomic number more than 18. For example, when we will do the electronic configuration of potassium, we will write 2881. But why? It should be 289 because the maximum electron holding capacity of third shell is 9. So when you had done this electronic configuration 2881, you had a lot of questions and you asked why without fulfilling the third shell by 18 electrons, electron goes to fourth shell. Yes, it is an important question and there is no exception. It is the general rules. But when we will, you can know the rules, when you will know when you will get the idea about orbital. So electrons are configured in different orbit according to their energy, but also it is configured by the energy of orbital also. And today in this class we will learn about the orbital. At first we have to learn what is orbital. When you will get the idea of orbital, then you can do the electronic configuration of every atom. And when today in this class we will learn the electronic configuration in a new way, you can do the electronic configuration of 118 elements. And this is concept of orbital. At first you have to know this. The area around the nucleus of an atom where the probability of finding electron cloud is maximum is called the orbital. And you know, orbit is expressed by n and orbital is expressed by L, small l. And the value of L depends on the value of n. That means how many orbital can be present on an orbit, it depends on the number of orbit. That means it depends on the value of n. For a given value of n, it can have any integral value ranging from 0 to n minus 1. When L is 0, 1, 2, 3, then the subshells are known as S, P, D and F orbitals respectively. That means there are total 4 orbitals and they are named by S, P, D, F. And when L equal 0, then this is S orbital. When L equal 1, this is P orbital. When L equal 2, this is D orbital. And when L equal 3, this is F orbital. Now we will know about the orbital. For the first shell, that means for K shell, when n equal 1, that means how many value of L is possible here? We know the value of L depends on the value of n. Here n equal 1 and the value of L is 0 to n minus 1. That means 0 to n minus 1 is 0. That means L has only one value, that is L equal 0. And we learned that when L equal 0, that means this is S orbital. It is the first shell. So K shell has only one orbital and that is 1s. In this way, for L shell, that means for second shell, when n equal 2, then the value of L is 0 to n minus 1, that means 0 to n 2 minus 1, that is 0 and 1. L has how many value? L has 2 values, 0 and 1. That means for second shell, there are 2 orbitals, 0 that is S and 1 that is P. So the 2 orbitals are 2s and 2p. In this way, for the third shell, m equal 3, the value of L is 0 to 3 minus 1, that means 0 to 2. That means there are 3 values of L and these are 0, 1 and 2. So M shell, that means third shell, has 3 orbitals and these are S, P and D. This is third shell, so the orbitals are 3s, 3p and 3d. In this way, N shell, where n is 4, then the value of L is 0, 1, 2, 3. That means L has 4 values. So there are 4 orbitals and these are 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. In this way, after 4th shell, 5th shell, 6th shell, 7th shell, all they have 4 orbitals. And for the 5th shell, these 4 orbitals are named by 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. For the 6th shell, these are named by 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f in this way. Now, we will learn the maximum electron holding capacity of these orbitals. Like orbit, orbital has also energy level. Here we will learn the energy sequence of the orbitals. Here the orbital has also the gradation of energy, and for any orbit, for first orbit, second orbit, third orbit or fourth orbit, the orbitals have the energy gradation, that is S has the lowest energy, then P, then D and then F. For example, for the fourth shell, the energy of 4s is the least, then 4p, then 4d and 4f has the highest energy. The energy of different orbitals can be calculated from the values of n plus L of those orbitals. But for different orbitals, that means 3d, 4s, 4p, 4f, 5p, in this way, when the different orbitals come, then their energy can be calculated by the value of n plus L. That means you have to calculate the value of n plus L for every orbital. And if the value of n plus L is more, then this orbital has more energy. And if the value of n plus L is less, comparatively less than other orbital, then its value is less than that orbital. For example, here for 3D. For 3D orbital, what is the value of n plus L? 3D, that means the value of n is 3. It is the third shell orbital 3D. And for D, what is the value of L? For D, the value of L is 2. So here the n plus L value is 3 plus 2, that is 5. In this way, for 4s orbital, the value of n plus L is 4 plus 0, that is 4. For 4p orbital, the value of n plus L, 4p, it is 4, and for p orbital, L is 1. Then it comes also 5. Now dear students, look, there are 2, 5. For 3D orbital, the value of n plus L is 5, and also for 4p orbital, n plus L is 5. Now, if the value of n plus L is same for any two orbitals, then you will see the value of n. Look, for 3D, the value of n is 3, and for 4p, the value of n is 4. The orbital which has more value of n, its energy is also more if the value of n plus L is same for two orbitals. That means here 3D and 4p, they have same value of n plus L, so the energy of 4p is more than 3D because the value of n is more for 4p. So the gradation of energy of these three orbitals will be 4p has the highest energy, then 3D and then 4s. And there is also another way to calculate the value of the energy or the gradation of energy of different orbitals, and in this way you can write or you can calculate the energy of every orbital. That is, you have to arrange the orbitals in this way. At first you will write 1s and 2s just below of 1s, then 2p, 2s, 2p side by side, then 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, 6s, 6p, 6d. You can write here 6f, but no need to write. Or you can write 7s, 7p, 7d, 7f. You can write 8s. No need to write other orbitals because for configuring the electrons of 118 elements, no more orbital is needed. Now you will cut the orbitals in this way by using a scale. At first 1s you will cut here, then 2s, then 2p, 3s, now 3p, 4s. In this way, by using a scale, you will cut the orbitals. And now look, what is this? At first it comes 1s, now 2s, now 2p, 3s, now 3p, 4s, now 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d, 7p, 8s. This is the gradation of energy of different orbitals. The energy of 1s is the least, then 2s, now 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d. Look, here the energy of 3d of third orbit is more than the 4s of fourth orbit. Here 4p, again the energy of 5s is more than 4p. In this way, at first you will arrange the orbitals according to their energy. Now the orbitals are arranged. Now you can write the electronic configuration of every element. But you have to know another thing, that is the maximum electron holding capacity of different orbitals. And the maximum electron holding capacity of different orbitals is calculated by 2 into 2l plus 1 formula. 2 into 2l plus 1, where the value of L is 0, 1, 2, 3. For s orbital, it is 0. For p orbital, it is 1. For d orbital, it is 2. And for f orbital, it is 3. So, the maximum electron present in different orbitals are, for s orbital, when L is 0, then it comes 2. So, the maximum electron holding capacity of s orbital is 2. It is for every s orbital. For 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. For every s, the maximum electron holding capacity is 2. For p orbital, it is 6. L equal 1, so 2 into 2l plus 1, it comes 6. The maximum electron holding capacity of every p orbital is 6. 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, every p orbital can hold maximum 6 electrons. In this way, for d orbital, when L is 2, then it comes 10. The maximum electron holding capacity of d orbital is 10. And for f orbital, it comes 14. The maximum electron holding capacity of f orbital is 14. Therefore, when the orbitals are written, then they are written like this way. S2, 2 is its superscript, P6, D10 and F14. So in this way, the electronic configuration of the atoms can be written. Hydrogen, it has only one electron, so it will be written 1s1. Helium, 1s2. Lithium, when it has 3 electrons, s orbital, it can hold 2 electrons, and the third electron, it will go to 2s1. And dear students, look, from there you can write the electronic configuration in your previous way also. That is, look, for lithium, it is first orbit, there are 2 electrons, and in second orbit there is only 1 electron. This is the orbit number. 1 is 1, that means it is first orbit. 2s, that means it is second orbit. In this way, for fluorine, there are total 9 electrons. 1 is 2, 2 is 2, and the rest 5 electrons, it will go to 2p orbital. 2p5, total 9 electrons, and it will be 1s2. So first orbit there are 2 electrons, and in second orbit there are total 5 and 2, 7 electrons. And look, sodium, here total 11 electrons, 1s2, 2s2. p orbital can hold maximum 6 electrons, so there will be 2p6, and the last 1 electron, it will go to 3s1, and the electrons you can count like this way: 2 and 6, 8, 2, 8, 1. This is its electron number, 2, 8, 1. In this way, from hydrogen to argon, electronic configuration are done here. Now we will see the electronic configuration of potassium and calcium also. Look, for potassium, when there are total 19 electrons, then 1 is 2, 2 is 2, 2p6, now 6 to 8 to 10 electrons, 3s2, 12 electrons, 3p6, 18 electrons. Now only 1 electron left. Now the energy of 4s is less than the energy of 3d. So the last electron of potassium cannot go to 3d orbital because its energy is more than 4s. So the last electron of potassium goes to 4s orbital, and it looks like this: 2, 2, 6, 8, 2, 6, 8 and 1. If the last electron of potassium goes to 3d orbital, then it will become 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d1. That time it would be 2, 8, 9. But we know electron will go to lower energy shell, fulfills it, then it goes to higher energy shell. We know that the energy of fourth shell is more than third shell, but the energy of 4s is less than the energy of 3d. So electron goes to 4s orbital. When it fulfills 4s orbital, like here for calcium it is 4s2, and after calcium there is scandium. The electronic configuration of scandium will be 4s2, then 3d1. Okay, because after 4s the energy of 3d will come, the orbital 3d will come, because 3d then 4p. So the electronic configuration of potassium and calcium is like this. Dear students, I think now you are clear why the 19th electron of potassium goes to fourth shell without fulfilling third shell. Why? Because of their energy. Because we know that electron at first goes to lower energy orbital, fulfills it, then it goes to higher energy shell. In third shell there are 3 orbitals, 3s, 3p and 3d, and in fourth shell there are 4 orbitals, 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. But the energy of 3d is more than the energy of 4s. How can you calculate this? By using n plus L formula. The value of n plus L for 3d is 5, and the value of n plus L for 4s is 4. The value of n plus L of 3d is more than the value of 4s. So the energy of 3d is more than the energy of 4s. So electron at first goes to 4s, fulfills it, then it will go to 3d orbital, and for this reason the last electron of potassium or calcium goes to the fourth shell without fulfilling the third shell. This is not exception. There is no exception. It is the general rule of electronic configuration. Dear students, next class we will learn the electronic configuration of some more atoms, and there some exceptions will come. These we will learn in next class. Today, up to this. So, thank you everyone. You will practice writing electronic configuration of atom from 1 to 36. This is your homework. You will practice this in your CW copy. Dear students, goodbye everyone. Thanks to all.